I thought today was going to be a very normal day when I woke up. I'm basking in the success of the latest Money Manziel MMA YouTube video. I'm replying to every single comment, just thinking about how beautiful it's going to be when Justin Gaethje knocks out Paddy Pimblett. And, I see a tweet come across my timeline, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, whatever this tweet may be, I'm seeing the UFC's maybe announced a new main event. It can't be that bad, right? Like, Dana White's had some stinkers before, but never again are we going to get a hilariously dogshit main event of an Apex card. You'd be fucking wrong. You would be incorrect if you said that, and I was incorrect in thinking that because, ladies and gentlemen, Josh Emmett versus Kevin Vallejos has been announced to main event UFC Vegas 114. You've got to be fucking kidding me. There's no way they're dead ass with this. I'll be honest with you. I had no intention of making a video for, I guess, what the fuck is today? Today's Friday, so this video comes out Saturday. I had no intention of making a video Saturday. I thought I'd skip the day, give everyone a chance to fucking reset their nervous systems, work on actually listening to long form content, improve their brain capabilities. But instead, I am back today because there's no reason for this fight to exist. I gotta call it how I see it. This fight is fucking bullshit. Like, it is complete. It's disrespectful to us as fans. It's disrespectful to the sport of MMA.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit that I have ever heard.
Anytime you see Josh Emmett on your screen, you should throw a tomato at your computer, at your TV, at your phone. If you see Josh Emmett in person, throw a tomato at him. This is the type of hatred I have towards the fact that he continues to wind up in main event slots. Now, when we look at Josh Emmett's resume, and let me tell you right now, this is the resume of a guy that is now getting another main event. Josh Emmett, in order to get this main event slot, he has been embarrassed by Lerone Murphy in their fight. Not even close. He got outstruck by fucking a million. Did not throw a punch of consequence for 5 rounds. Typical Josh Emmett type of shit. And then, okay, you're going to get a pay-per-view slot against Yusuf Zalal. This is your big moment, Josh. You're, the big fucking 4-0 now. You're 40 years old. This guy's an unk. This is your moment to shine. Show us what you've got. Dude gets submitted in 1 minute and 38 seconds, doesn't land a single, get ready for this, does not land one significant strike in the entire fight versus Yusuf Zalal.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
And this guy's back in a main event. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you serious? Dana White is having a laugh. I know this dude is fucking giggling somewhere right now, listening to this video. He's a fan of the channel. He told me himself. And listen, these are tough times, man. I gotta call it how I see it. I'm honestly just ranting for however long for this video, but these are tough times when it comes to matchmaking in the UFC. Should probably subscribe. You know what I mean? Subscribe for more of the beautiful content to really help out in the Great Depression of matchmaking. But regardless of that, it's not to say that Kevin Vallejos doesn't necessarily deserve a main event, because maybe he does. I mean, he's number 13. I remember when number 13s weren't always getting main events, but Kevin Vallejos is at least he's got that star power. He's got that it factor. And by it factor, I mean he is Hispanic, which means the UFC is going to push him to the top. Now, he does not have that ice factor because Kevin Vallejos, you aren't getting deported if you knock out Josh Emmett, brother. Listen, America will be keeping Kevin Vallejos around in order to slime out Josh Emmett and remove him from the rankings of featherweight. He has been terrorizing fans, not fighters. He's been terrorizing fans for a long time. So we are all rooting for Kevin Vallejos here. Regardless, he's a funny dude. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve the main event. I like Kevin Vallejos, brother. Good for you fucking getting this spot. It's Josh Emmett that I've got a problem with. And it's the problem that I have with the UFC right now, where they're doing this bit where they're making these dog shit main events of fight cards, and then they're kind of falling back on the fact that, like, oh, it's entertaining, so who gives a fuck, you know what I mean? Like, who gives a shit if these guys don't deserve to be in main events? At least it's going to be entertaining, so you're going to watch. This has been the Dana White rhetoric. He even said it in an interview not that long ago when talking about people upset about Lopez and Volt.
Yeah. If you don't like it, don't watch it.
Isn't that some shit, bro? The president of the company, the guy who he didn't found it, but the guy who really got all this shit off the ground is saying that if you don't like a main event, don't watch. Dude, fuck you, dog. Genuinely fuck you. To say some shit like that to UFC fans. We're all, you're trying to get new fans on board. We're trying to hear your reasoning for giving Lopez a rematch. All you had to say was, you know what, Lopez is more entertaining than Lerone and Movsar. If you had said that out of your mouth, Dana White, we would have been like, okay, at least we understand his reasoning. To just say if you don't like it, don't watch, dude. Oh my god, man. I pray they nuke the fucking headquarters, man. Send a fucking. I'm not gonna say what to do to the headquarters or what to do to Dana White. But yeah, I mean, we gotta exterminate this guy from the fucking universe. Regardless, it's inevitable. This has been a thing that they've been doing for a long time now, and there are a lot of examples in 2025 of them doing this, where you book a fight or you book a dog shit card, and you just tell the fans, hey, like, that whenever fight cards are like this, the fans complain, and then they're always exciting. Yeah, they're doing it on purpose. You're giving us a dog shit main event, and then you're going, it's exciting, it's going to be a knockout, you're going to watch. And that's the inevitability. I guarantee you Josh Emmett and Kevin Vallejos is an amazing fight. On paper, it's a really fun stylistic matchup. Josh Emmett has one punch KO. Hold on, KO? It probably does hurt, to be honest with you. But he has one punch KO power. There we go. In both of his hands, we've seen the left hook knockout versus Ricardo Lamas. We've seen the right hand with a bunch of people. Most recently, when he had Bryce Mitchell seizing up on the ground. And he's a dangerous guy, right? Is he fucking boring if he doesn't land the strikes nowadays? Yes. When you look back to the Calvin Kattar fight, he used to be exciting, but now he doesn't throw anything unless it's an overhand right. So salute to you, Josh Emmett, for fucking ruining the game I love. And Kevin Vallejos always comes to scrap. He's always exciting. He fucking flatlined Giga Chikadze, Megamind. I definitely did not bet on that fight to go the distance, by the way. Was not seething in my fucking room watching that fight. Regardless, Dana White knows what he's doing. I'm incredibly familiar with his game. It pisses me off that it's 100% going to work out for the UFC too. I bet it's a banger back and forth, probably a KO in round 2 or 3. But, it's not the only time they're doing this in the upcoming couple of fucking weeks. They're doing this again. I don't mean making boring fights instead. And, it's no surprise that when I say boring, fucking Ayman Zahabi pops up on the screen. If you thought I wasn't going to include Ayman Zahabi in this video, you've lost your fucking mind. Ayman Zahabi will never not be included in one of my videos. Brother, good luck. Fucking, I don't know I wonder what Ayman Zahabi's doing right now. Do you think he's like solving the cure for cancer, or do you think he's like punching children somewhere? He's doing one of the two. There's no in between. Ayman Zahabi, you can go back to bed, brother. We're not talking about you anymore. But like I was saying, the problem that the UFC is doing, and it is working, and they are doing it again in this fight, Mario Bautista versus Vinicius Oliveira main event. You heard that right. Main event. Mario Bautista is coming off of a loss to Umar Nurmagomedov. Naturally, he gets a main event. A fight removed prior to that, after the Patchy fight, was his, terrorism display against Jose Aldo, which we'll talk about in a second. Vinicius Oliveira. I love Vinicius Oliveira. You guys know that I like Vinicius Oliveira. One of my favorite fighters on the roster. He's in the fucking opening slide of my videos. But I like him because he's a perfect representation of the fight on the right here. Vinicius Oliveira legitimately walks in there. There is zero game plan when he fights. It is just to fight like, if you ever walked into your school bathroom, like you're in the hallway at high school, you're trying to you just want to take a piss. And then you walk in there and dudes are genuinely scrapping at 8:30 in the morning in the bathroom, like full on slap fighting. They're fucking flying everywhere. Dudes are getting concussions. That's how Vinicius Oliveira fights. He fights like a geeked out high schooler that, just took fucking 8 hits of his vape and then fucking decided it's time to scrap somebody. That is how he fights. And, no shame in his game. I mean, if you want to fight like the two dudes on the right, then, be my guest. I enjoy it. I mean, who doesn't enjoy these dudes or dudes like this fighting?
Here we go. I'm about to make myself retarded.
It's really, when it comes down to it, I support that style of fight, and I know the UFC does because they're aware of the fact that a Mario Bautista and Vinicius Oliveira main event will be fireworks. It'll be a really exciting fight. Mario Bautista is always exciting outside of the one fight where he committed acts of terrorism and treason against our country when he defeated Jose Aldo. But they're always fun. Vinicius Oliveira, always fun. The UFC continues to fall back on this idea that as long as it's exciting, nothing else matters. Merit doesn't matter. Rankings don't matter. What any of the fans think of the fight doesn't matter. It's just about whether it's exciting or not, and it is pissing me off. Speaking of pissing me off, Mario Bautista, brother, listen, he will never be forgiven. This is a complete side note from the video. This isn't even actually part of what I meant to be talking about, but I will never forgive Mario Bautista. I'm going to give you a full warning now, a disclaimer, if you will, that when this fight rolls around, when fight week comes and we've got Mario Bautista versus Vinicius Oliveira in the main event of the Apex, and I will be crying in the club somewhere when Vinicius somehow loses this fight. I will never forgive Mario Bautista. I don't give a fuck if he beat the hell out of Patchy Mix. I don't care if he knocked down Umar Nurmagomedov. What he did to Jose Aldo on that fateful October night at UFC 307 is unforgivable in every dimension that we ever exist in. Mario Bautista, brother, pack your fucking bags. He should be on the most hated list, to be honest with you, but I'll give him a pass because at least he's trying. Iman Zahabi just fucking sucks. At least Mario Bautista's skilled. But again, robbed my boy Jose Aldo. It hurt my soul. Only a couple of times in my life have I been viscerally upset. The night that Mario Bautista beat Jose Aldo, I 100% tweeted slurs on Twitter. Do not go looking for those. You will not like what you find. So, that's kind of how I feel about Mario Bautista. That was the tangent. Let's get back to the fucking video. Regardless, you followed that up with some more stupid shit. It's like the matchmaking is legitimately in the Great Depression. This is the downfall of matchmaking. This is like when in your English class you learn about falling action. This is what we're talking about. Brandon Moreno in a Sue Amabayev main event in Mexico.
How do you do that? How do you do that? What the hell is going on?
Are you fucking kidding me? This is dog shit. The whole card is dog shit, by the way. I want to be very clear. It's a horrible card. Mexico has had some bad cards. This is one of the worst ones. They're working on improving it, but it's not a whole lot better than any of the other ones that we've had in the past. Regardless, Brandon Moreno is fighting Issue Amabayev. Now, on paper, you go, okay, Moreno's off a loss, Amabayev's off a win. Sure, let's make this happen. Except for the fact that no one fucking cares about Issue Amabayev. Nobody. There is not one person. Issue Amabayev, this guy is a nobody in the sport of MMA. This is a guy that people are not buying fucking tickets. They're not buying Paramount Plus to see Issue Amabayev. This dude's boring as fuck. He hunts for submissions, not really. He just kind of takes top guard control, and when he doesn't do that, he cannot win. He fluked a guillotine over Alex Perez, and we're gifting this guy a main event. Meanwhile, the very next week, we have a few weeks before that, we have Kyoji Horiguchi versus Amir Albazi. Why is Amir Albazi still fighting? Can we nuke Amir Albazi? Can we find Amir Albazi's residence? I will fly there tomorrow, and I will have a very polite conversation about how he should step away from the sport of MMA. That is what should happen. Tell Amir Albazi, take your fucking show money and never fight again. Move Horiguchi into the main event of the Mexico card. Moreno and Horiguchi is objectively a way, way, way better main event than Issue Amabayev and Brandon Moreno. You still keep your fucking... Holy shit, that was a stutter. Your patented, trademarked fucking Mexican guy in the main event, but now you get Horiguchi, a guy that all the fans love and appreciate. It's ridiculous to me, man. It's like the UFC has no clue what they're fucking doing. And I like Hunter Campbell, I like Sean Shelby, Mick Maynard, all the matchmakers. Dana White pretends like he's a matchmaker. This dude has no fucking clue what's going on in the world. I don't know if you saw that interview of him talking about fucking Colby Covington in the rankings. This guy does not give a fuck about the sport.
How does a guy like that stay in the top 15 for years after not fighting?
It's a great point.
Genuinely, what is going on in that? What the fuck is wrong with this guy? Dana White's gone senile. He's completely lost it. He's hit kind of the Joe Biden and recently Donald Trump stage of his life. He's senile. He's gone. Put him in an elder home. We got to get rid of Dana White when it comes to matchmaking. But, they follow up these boring fucking fights or these confusing fights or exciting but not necessary fights with bangers. Sean Strickland versus Fluffy Hernandez in Houston, Texas is an awesome fight on paper. Now, is it going to be the case where they do like a weird mini press conference or media day and Sean Strickland talks about, we're going to go to fucking war for you guys, man? I can't do it, Sean Strickland. Fucking edit that out. No. But regardless, Sean Strickland's definitely going to jab and teep his way to a decision victory here. Fluffy, I'm praying that Fluffy wins. I'm rooting for Fluffy. We need our niche guys in the UFC to get out there and get victories. Corey Sandhagen couldn't do it. Peyton Talbot's leading the charge. We need Fluffy Hernandez to get one back for the for the good guys who are very niche around here on the channel. And we will be there for this main event. This is a banger objectively. And I don't understand how we're making these for some fights and then we're getting fucking Josh Emmett and Kevin Vallejos. How is that a main event? That might not even make a pay-per-view main card. How is that a main event of a fight night, bro? It's like this is all we have in our lives. We don't have family, we don't have money, we are all broke and fucking just chud cells, and this is all we've got in our lives, and we're being fed fucking oh my god, man, we're being fed Mario Bautista and Vinicius Oliveira. We're being fed Josh Emmett and fucking Kevin Vallejos. It's just a sad time in the UFC, and I'm the guy that's gonna complain here today. I'm always gonna complain. That's what we do on the channel. I'm upset by it. And by the way, we have that fight, which is a banger, right? It's a great card. It's gonna make me schizophrenic. Look at this shit right here, right? I am going full Frank Heffley when his door had a lock on it and he couldn't figure it out. But regardless, look at the rest of this main card. Dan Ige and Melky Costa. That's kind of cool. I kind of like that fight. I don't know how Ige is getting a Melky fight, objectively, but what are we going to do about it? Zach Reese and Michelle Pereira. Who gives a fuck? Michelle Pereira has not fought legitimately. Like, he looks like he's betting on himself to lose when he fights. So I don't give a fuck about Michelle Pereira. Sergey Spivak. I think there is an idea of Sergey Spivak. I don't think he's a real human being. I think he's a fake person. I think that Sergey Spivak was created by the MMA gods to constantly just be in that 7 to 9 range of heavyweight, to lose 3 in a row and then randomly slime out a heavyweight prospect. I think that is what Sergey Spivak is. Who gives a fuck whenever this dude fights? I know I don't. So even when they have a good main event, the rest of the main card is fucking abysmal. So no shame in their game whatsoever when it comes to the UFC. Regardless, kind of the final main event that I wanted to talk about for the sake of matchmaking, because I'm going to go a different direction here. I don't really understand why people were complaining about this one. I get it on paper. It's a weird fight given that Izzy's number 6 and Piper's 15. But I actually think for us being in the Great Depression of matchmaking, this is not a bad fight. If you understand what's going on, right? You look at guys 1 through 5, all of them are booked. Imavov is going to fight Chimaev. DDP is going to fight Allen. Strickland and Hernandez are booked. So every guy ahead of Izzy's booked. 7 and 8 are booked. Robert Whitaker is off doing his own shit, and they've already fought twice. Jared Cannonier, no one wants to see a rematch of that. MVP and fucking Izzy are friends, so that's not happening. Roman Dolidze, who gives a fuck? We can exterminate Roman Dolidze from the sport too while we're at it. Fucking shoot pesticides at that dude. We can slime Dolidze out. Paulo Costa is booked against Azamat Murzakanov. He's not even a middleweight anymore. Robocop is booked versus Bruno Ferreira in a rematch. So Joe Piper is literally the only guy left at middleweight. What are we complaining about? I'm a guy who loves to complain. I'm a hate watcher. You know what I mean, right? If Bedtime MMA is a fence sitter, if Lucas Tracy is our favorite casual, I am our favorite. I am the favorite hate watcher. But I'm not going to hate watch this. This actually isn't a bad fight. So, for all the hating that's going around, I say lay off the UFC when it comes to Izzy and Joe Piper. I don't think it's that bad of a decision on their part. Regardless, ladies and gentlemen, it comes to a point in time where I think the ultimate solution to fixing how horrendous UFC matchmaking is currently is we need to lobotomize Dana White. I think this is the only option. We need to remove part of his brain. We need to stick a needle through his eye. We need to make something drastic happen to make some change around the UFC, and I think just fucking completely changing the wiring in this dude's head will be the only necessary step in order to fix Dana White's decisions when it comes to the UFC. So, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for the video today. I hope you all enjoyed. I really did not have any plans of coming on here to make a video, but I was inspired by how horrendous of a fight Josh Emmett and Kevin Vallejos is. I think it makes all the sense in the world, I'm sorry, there was a car driving by me that I fully thought was going to crash. Regardless, I think it makes all the sense in the world to make a video about this because, again, Josh Emmett and Kevin Vallejos is such a bullshit main event. It pisses me off. It's exciting. I've admitted that during the video, but fuck, man. Like, if we're getting this AI, this is straight up slop. This is horrible, man. It upsets me. It angers me. I don't know what to do anymore, man. My life is the UFC, and I'm being given Josh Emmett versus Kevin Vallejos. I'm sitting in a car at fucking 9:52 p.m. on a Friday night. I should be out on the town, just partying, fucking having a beautiful time, but instead, we are in the car talking about Josh Emmett main events in 2026. It's a tough time to be a fan, but a fun time to be a fan of the Money Manziel MMA channel. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe down below. I appreciate all the support on every video. My TikTok is at Money Manziel MMA. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. Make sure to go see fucking nature. Go see a movie by yourself. Go on a walk. Go on a hike. Do something fun with your life. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out, boys.